Let me guess, you learned the pentatonic scale, got super excited, and now you're stuck. Like, you know it works, but it seems to only work for other guitar players. You try to sound musical and expressive, like you know what you're doing, but it ends up sounding just empty, robotic, and a little off. But the good news is, that's not your fault. That's the result of something I like to call
pentatonic pattern paralysis.
And today I'm going to show you why that happens and how you can break free from it. So before we understand the pentatonic scale, we have to understand the major scale. And the major scale is made up of 7 notes. So here's the G major scale with those 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to remove 2 notes, particularly the 4th note and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7th note. So the 4th and 7th note were just thrown away. Now I want you to always remember that the pentatonic scale is just 5 notes. That's your first step in avoiding pentatonic pattern paralysis. So here's the G major pentatonic scale. You're going to start on the 15th fret on the low E string with your pinky. Then you have 12th fret, 14th fret on the A string and the D string. And that's all 5 notes right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to give it another root note, a new octave, right? It's right there on the 12th fret of the G string. 5 notes. We took the 7 notes from the major scale, we threw away 2 of them, the 4th and the 7th, and now we're left with these 5 notes. So when you see people playing the pentatonic scale all over the fretboard, they're just playing 5 notes in different combinations in different areas of the fretboard. Now that we understand the basics of the pentatonic scale, I'm going to show you a full major pentatonic pattern in the key of G major. It takes those 5 notes and it includes another octave of it and some additional notes. And it essentially looks like this. So check this out, starting from the 12th fret of the low E string to the 15th, and then 12, 14, 12, 14. Now, remember that octave root note that we jumped to a couple times already? So 12th fret on the G string, and then we're gonna do 14th fret on that same string, and then 12, 15 on the B and high E strings. So we have 3 G root notes right here, 15th fret on low E, right here, 12th fret on G, and then right here, 15th fret on high E. That's the root note, and that's the only note that I want you to care about for now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna throw on a backing track that's in the key of G, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a little solo that's only using that one pentatonic pattern, just to show you how much you can get away with using it. So right there, I was just towing the line of the pentatonic pattern and it sounded fine, right? I don't think it sounded bad or anything. You notice I was focusing on those root notes, landing on those root notes, and then just kind of dancing around them with the other notes in the scale pattern. But, you know, I felt like I could have gotten a little bit more out of it, especially with those different chord changes, because at that point, the backing track might as well have just been playing a G chord the whole time. I'm going to show you how you can use more pentatonic patterns to actually highlight the chord changes in those chord progressions very easily. That doesn't take a whole lot of extra work. And the chords in the backing track are G, C, E minor, and D. Those are all the chords that are found in that backing track, and it's a very meat and potatoes chord progression that you hear in thousands of songs. And so the G chord in the chord progression, we've already covered what to play over that, right? Makes sense to play the G major pentatonic scale over the G major chord. Now remember when I told you I only want you to care about root notes for this lesson? That's going to include the root notes for these additional chords. So we have a C chord, which the root note for the C chord would be C, right? But we're not going to find C in the G major pentatonic scale because it's not there. It's not in the scale. We have G, A, B, D, E. Now get this, the G major scale does have a C in it. So what that tells you is in the key of G major, which is what we're playing overall, we're playing in the key of G major. So even with the C chord included in there, that's a chord in the G major scale, right? We can include the C note and we're still in key. It's pretty cool when you figure it out, right? So here's the new pentatonic pattern. We're shifting from the G major pentatonic pattern to the C major pentatonic pattern, which is this. Now, it seems very similar to this one, but there's some different notes in there. There's the first one. That's a C note right there. So that's our first root note. There's another C. So it includes the root notes of that C chord. And it's right within the neighborhood of the pentatonic pattern, just with a couple little changes, right? This is exactly how you get into playing over chord changes. Now let's keep it moving. So we have the E minor chord, right? Which, get this is really cool. E minor is the relative minor to G major. All you have to know about that is that they share the same notes. So what that means is this pattern that we learned, the first one, the G major pentatonic pattern, it also is the E minor pentatonic pattern. We don't have to change a thing, but to hear it, you just shift the root notes from here, G, 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 to here, E, E, E. And you can go between that major and minor sound with the same exact scale. Now we learned that the G major chord goes with the G major pentatonic. The C major chord goes with the C major pentatonic. The E minor chord goes with the E minor pentatonic, which are the same notes as the G major pentatonic, right? So just based on that logic, what scale do you think goes with the D major chord? I know I just heard you say D major pentatonic. Good job, right? So that's literally all we're doing is we're taking a major pentatonic scale for these major chords and minor pentatonic for the minor chords. Now the D major pentatonic pattern goes just like this. Right, still in the same neighborhood as G major / E minor pentatonic and C major pentatonic. So we don't even need to move anywhere else on the fretboard to play over every chord in this chord progression. We can stay right here and get a lot done. Check it out. So while I was soloing just then, I hope you noticed that I was focusing on the root notes, right? That was all I cared about. When every chord changed into the next chord, I would really try to find my way to the root note. And that's gonna take a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, getting used to these scale patterns and shifting between them. But it's pretty amazing that we don't have to go anywhere beyond just this chunk of the fretboard in order to accomplish playing over all of those changes. Now, understanding why the scale that you've known forever hasn't been doing what you think it should do is really just one piece of the puzzle. And the thing is, knowing why it works still isn't enough if you don't know where to go next. That is exactly what I'm gonna give to you right now. Because if you wanna be able to pick up your guitar, instantly start soloing in any key, without overthinking, without second guessing, so you finally stop spinning your wheels and actually make the music that you want to play, then you got to get your hands on this right now. It's my cheat sheet showing you exactly how to solo in any key all across your fretboard. And you'll learn to do it on the fly, just like your favorite guitar players. It's been working now for over 338,000 guitar players from all over the world. And if it can work for them, it can definitely work for you too. And it's free, so try it, see for yourself. Just click right over here, tap the link below, or if you're watching this on TV, grab your phone and scan the QR code so you can grab it right now.